Hey guys, I know it's been a minute since I have been on my YouTube channel, but I have made up in my mind that even when I'm not doing like an actual video, like pre-recording, I'm going to just go ahead and go on live because I get on Facebook Live and I also get on Instagram too to do like little segments of videos and stuff like that that I choose to talk about and discuss. But today I wanted to talk about a topic. So for those who don't know, I am an artist. Um, and maybe it's people who know now that I'm an artist because I've been doing a whole lot more than what I was doing. I have come to realize that this is something that I genuinely love and that I should have been doing. And I am so glad that I'm doing it now. Which leads me to this piece. So I'm working on a piece, you guys. So I'm working on a piece. This is a heart for those who don't know. You know, it might look like just a random shape, but this is a picture of a heart, and I'm in the process of creating. Um, it's not done yet, but bear with me. Um, I said that I was gonna do a collection for this specific series called "The Manners of the Heart," and so as I was doing this piece, different things have been sparking up in my day that's kind of got my wheels spinning and got me at a place of, just being genuine and, being humble, despite, certain things. And it's so crazy, sometimes people can treat you certain ways or, in the past, you can mess up, they can mess up, and sometimes you can have people who point the finger like you, like you the victim, or sometimes you may even be the victim. However, sitting here doing and working on my painting, it allowed me to be at a place of humility. And I began to kind of tear up a little bit. Everybody who knows me knows that, like, I can be a bucket of tears at the right time, and then I can be a tough cookie at the right time. It just all depends on my mood. But I just was at a place where, humility, like, definitely hit. And all I could hear, you know, is humility is so important to God. It's okay for us to go through different things, experience different things. But if you're not humble, you lose out on things, that could have been for you, opportunities that could have been for you. Being egotistic can definitely, put a strain on your destiny. And people don't really realize how important it is to be humble because you're either really technically going to do it voluntarily or involuntarily. And one thing that I know is to involuntarily, to involuntary, to involuntarily, have to be humble. Honey, you do not want the Lord to humble you. Like, and when I say that in the most passionate way there is because he has a way of hitting us harder than anybody and anything can hit us. When we become big headed, when we become so high and mighty and so great as if we weren't at a situation in our lives before where we were lower and people didn't recognize us or people didn't see, or you didn't make a mistake, or different things like that. And I found someone apologizing to me about things that really affected me, through this process and journey. And I did a video prior to um in my YouTube, and for those who are on Facebook, probably know before about respecting the process. So you guys can check out my video, and maybe I can even put the link inside of the comments below. But it's so crazy because, you know, it is so real. You can get so far. You guys, I've been to and through so many different things, and just to have this person come back and to apologize to me, it made me want to go and apologize to someone else, even if I've already apologized. It's not the mere fact that I've apologized already. Maybe it didn't seem as genuine back then, and it might seem more genuine now. I don't know, because people take things differently, especially when you're at a place of things being so heated. When things are heated, you say all kinds of stuff, stuff that you don't mean, stuff that, hit home, stuff that, may have hurt their person from past experiences, childhoods, or whatever. And so I found that, it caused me to apologize to someone, even though they brought up that I apologized before. And it wasn't necessarily for them, just. It was technically for me, because God has a way of humbling us, and sometimes He does things and He puts people in our paths to remind us humility is key, and just as the person apologized to me for the things that transpired between them and I, um, it's so crazy because my heart began to just go into a mode of, wow, like, you know, I really appreciate that. And sometimes when you go through certain situations and things, you're like, man, I don't want no apology from them. Man, I don't want to talk to them. Man, man, man. And honestly, God is like really trying to get you to a place where, He's making you and you even through the humility process, and even the process of you becoming whole within who you are in yourself. And so I just I could have been like, no, like, yeah, you did this and yeah, you did that, but I had to stand back and say, hey, I do apologize if what I said, sparked off a, sensitive spot or area, because I didn't know that it was sensitive, or I didn't know that it was a specific or sensitive area for you. And so I had to do that, and in me doing that, it made me realize how important humility was, because I wasn't aware that it affected them. You know, I could have been like, well, you hurt me, so whatever, you gotta feel what you gotta feel. But that wasn't what came to my heart. What came to my heart was, I didn't know how this really affected you, or I didn't know that this bothered you on that level. You never spoke that out, but it's good to know that you cared about something so intricate and something so major, that affected me years ago. And I just appreciate that. And once we get past ourselves and we get past, hurt, and we address things within us and address the situations at hand, it is easy for us to be humble, because God looks at the heart, and the thing about it is, oftentimes we want God to be humble and have compassion and all of these things for us. But how are we to others, And this is what we really, really have to keep in the front of our minds. Like, how are we to others? How do we play parts into this life from day to day? Are we as humble as we say that we are? Because God also knows how to humble us. And I've said that before, because I told you, He does not want, you do not, when I say do not, I mean do not want to know how God humbles you. You don't. So you might as well be like, Lord Jesus, I just thank you for humility today. Honestly, but that really, 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 really hit home for me today. And because I am working on a piece in a series called Touching the Matters of the Heart, or it's really called Matters of the Heart, it really hit home for me. And God is really amazing in everything that He does, that, and so intricate as well. It makes me appreciate the process, because I'm learning and I am doing things that leaves the openness there for God to do and have His way, in every way that He can possibly do, or have it in my life. So anytime you feel like you want to be egotistic, big-headed, or prideful, remember that humility is key, and humility goes a long way. And it's so crazy because you don't really realize what's what or how things are until you have to be faced with those things, or you have to be faced with humility. But today it just humbled me in a way where I'm like, Lord, I thank you for the process. I thank you for making me in the process. It didn't always feel good, but I had to understand that you were doing something for my good. And so, in that, I can continue to be made whole. So I just wanted to come to you with that. And I do. I want you to ask the question today within yourself. You know, am I really humble? Am I really, you know, sensitive to other people's needs and situations? Do I think I'm better than someone because I am at a higher place than them, or I make more money than them, or I have a family and you don't, or I can have kids and you don't, or you're on the bus and I'm driving? Are you humble today? Really ask yourself, because now be careful what you ask for. If you find yourself not being so humble and you say, Lord, humble me, or trust me and believe, He's going to show you what humility is, and He's going to test you on humility. And it may not be next year, it may be within the next minute or two or hours of your prayer. So be prepared to face what it really takes to be humble if you ask for it, because He will show you in a major way. So, you guys, I love you so much. Stay tuned. I will come back to you with the finished, product of what this piece was about, and I also will, let you know what's going on with me. This page is about all things me, so you'll get a little bit of everything on here, even my mommy moments. Also, remember to like, subscribe, and share, and leave a comment. Let me know if it's anything that I said that resonated with you, or even anything that I said that could help you along the way. Just let me know. I love you guys so much. See you when I see you. Have a blessed day. Peace. Hopefully, I can get out of this video easy.